I'm proud of myself that I survived those days when I felt I couldn't. Pain makes you stronger, and I'm still fixing myself every day.
Well, that was an emotional Deuce Benjamin speaking for the first time about the trauma he endured as a member of the New Mexico State men's basketball team this winter. Thank you for choosing KTSM 9 News at 5. I'm Andy Morgan. Benjamin and his father William and fellow former player Shakiro Odeneu filed a lawsuit 2 weeks ago alleging sexual assault by other players on the team as well as negligence by the coaching staff at New Mexico State University. The three speaking at a press conference today alongside their attorneys. And tonight we have team coverage for you. Skylar Soto is up in Las Cruces, but we're going to begin with KTSM 9 Sports Director Colin Deaver live in the newsroom. Colin.
Yeah, Andy, when you read the allegations made by Deuce Benjamin and Shaq Odeneu in the lawsuit we obtained 2 weeks ago, they're shocking, and you can tell that they're both still haunted by that in their press conference today, which covered a lot of ground. That's where I want to start with this tonight at 5 p.m. Here are some of the key points from today's press conference. Attorneys said they are seeing a sense of urgency from the New Mexico Attorney General to finish their investigation for possible criminal charges in the case. They are still waiting for the defendants to be served the lawsuit. They're preparing for a trial, but it could end up as a settlement, as many civil cases do. Attorneys say NMSU's Title IX investigation unit just contacted Odeneu yesterday. They have not yet reached out to Deuce Benjamin. We've reached out to New Mexico State for confirmation on that note, but have yet to hear back on it. And in response to a New Mexico Higher Education Department letter last week imploring NMSU to conduct new investigations into multiple issues, including these sexual assault and hazing allegations, NMSU has hired Lightfoot, Franklin, and White to conduct another investigation. That is the same firm that investigated Penn State football after the Jerry Sandusky rape scandal in 2011. Now, Deuce Benjamin and his father William broke down multiple times during the press conference this morning. The lawsuit alleges hazing and sexual assault committed by 3 of their former teammates, Kim Macon Jr., DeShondre Washington, and Dr. Bradley. It also alleges gross negligence by 2 former coaches, Greg Heyer and Dominique Taylor, who are also named in the lawsuit. The suit says that the sexual assaults began in the summer of 2022 and continued until this February. There also could be more victims, according to the lawsuit. For Shaq and the Benjamins, it's still clearly tough for them to think about.
My life hasn't been easy ever since those events happened. First it hurts, then it changes you. There's a part of me that hasn't been the same now, and I want people to know that.
Coming into our freshman years, our concern should be along the lines of, how are we going to play? How are we going to stay on the court? How are we going to be dominating this program? Not, are we going to be safe?
No one has a crystal ball, and no one bats 1,000. But we still hold people accountable for their actions and what it is that they do and they do not do.
That line right there from William Benjamin about crystal balls and batting 1,000 is a direct quote from New Mexico State Athletic Director Mario Moccia from a February press conference when Greg Heyer was fired in the wake of these allegations. Moccia and his new 5-year contract extension was a hot topic at today's press conference. The attorneys said they were, quote, shocked when they heard he had received it on April 7th. It was signed the same day former Chancellor Dan Arvizu officially stepped down from his post at the university. The NMSU Faculty Senate has penned a letter that it will vote on tomorrow to decide whether or not it will send to NMSU administration in protest of Moccia's new contract amid all of this turmoil. For more on what the attorneys in this case had to say about Moccia's new deal, here's Skylar Soto live in Las Cruces.
Well, hey, Colin, you know what? The lawyers are also saying that they are going to open their own investigation into Mario Moccia's knowledge of this case, of his actions or inactions. Now, these lawyers feel that Moccia should have told Arvizu not to extend his contract with a year left in his current one. And once again, saying they were shocked with the extension Moccia was offered.
As far as the athletic director is concerned, what we would like to see happen is for us to get more information and for him to be more forthcoming. And at the end of the day, he represents this community, this school, and certainly this athletic department. And just as a matter of good conscience,
Now, Moccia did accept a 5-year contract through 2028. The new extension starts on July 1st, and his salary will increase to $351,800 per year in his new contract. Now, KTSM reached out to the NMSU for comment on the discussion of Moccia's contract today, plus the Faculty Senate's proposed letter in the protest of it. A spokesperson said they wouldn't comment on the matter until the status of the Faculty Senate's letter regarding Moccia's contract was known after their meeting tomorrow. Now, NMSU hiring Greenberg Trowbridge to do an internal investigation in response to the hazing allegations. And they did not interview the victims, but they did speak with 10 of the university's administrators, including athletic director Mario Moccia. Now, the firm was retained to investigate the allegations, but rather look into how NMSU handled the claims. In an executive summary released today, Greenberg says after the review of NMSU's anti-hazing policies and procedures, they recommend the university to take action with the existing policies and procedures. Now, the first is the training for all students and employees, and the second is to continue the investigation of and response to hazing allegations by OIE, DOS, and/or other departments. The university should hire an independent third party to review the organizational effectiveness, working relationships of the relevant NMSU departments responsible for hazing prevention and response training. Now, I'm live at NMSU. I'm Skylar Soto, KTSM 9 News.
And our thanks to Colin as well as Skylar for providing us team coverage today up in Las Cruces. Switching gears now as we're going to take our first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Monica